Okay, hello and welcome everyone to D6, where I, RCM, bring together various peeps across the internet to do a D&D live stream show, and we are always here for a wonderful adventure. But if you ever want to start your own adventure, or you need some help getting your adventure started, I suggest one of our very amazing sponsors, the people over at the Deck of Many. In case you guys don't know, the people over at the Deck of Many have been wonderful to us. They have provided me with their big old decks of various monsters, as well as the decks of many things. I do not know why anybody would have that in their campaign. Still, the deck of many conditions, weapons, and NPCs, which are various ones that I have been using throughout this entire campaign since we have started. If you wish to go and get your RPG reference cards, please do go check out the Deck of Many. That is thedeckofmany.com for your RPG reference cards, as well as our other sponsors that you can also become one yourselves. The wonderful people over at Patreon that continue to support me and the channel's endeavors, as well as helping me buy the various toys that I use for setting up the battle mats, and as well as making these streams significantly better as we have progressed onward. So I cannot thank the people enough over on the Patreon. If you want to go check out the Patreon, or if you want to help support the stream in and of itself, there are links to a PayPal or to the Patreon down below. Please go check it out and see what I can provide to all of you, and also to help support shows like this. And with that being said, I would like my players to please go ahead, rise and shine, wake up everyone. It's time for us to begin the game and do some announcements.
The reason why someone would want to put the Deck of Many Things in their game is because they're not cowards.
Is that a call-out? Is that a call-out, Joe?
Wow. Listen, I have a heavy bias towards the Deck of Many Things. I love the Deck of Many Things.
I mean, this man's not wrong. I mean...
Yeah, right.
Just for the sake of the argument, by the way, like, look at the freaking art on these cards. Like, I swear to God. Like,
oh, yeah.
I just would have bought this myself just for the sake of having it. I'm pretty sure there is a Deck of Many in this world, but it's not like I'm just gonna, like, drop it in the middle of anywhere for you to grab hold of. But, like, this, like, it also comes with the Avatar of Death card, which is very useful.
Guys, just wait. I'll invoke stupid wizard theory just for you.
You know, he gets to level 20, he's all like, I wish I had the Deck of Many Things within my hands.
I'm the GM now.
You could wish for anything, and you wish for this.
You wish for the one item that could give you 3 wishes.
I wish that Franz would fly.
You made the man fly once, but he was intoxicated and doesn't remember it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That would be an intelligence check if you want to make that.
You know what? Fine. Fuck it. See what...
We'll do it in game. Hold on. Hold it for the game. All right. So let's go ahead and do the announcements as fast as possible, so that way we can go ahead and jump on into tonight's game. Usually I would start with Boo Radley, but as we said last week that he is not going to be with us here tonight, unfortunately. I'm really sad about that. He'll be back next week, and he'll be once again the boy with the gun.
Is this how you hold it?
The blind man with the gun.
Yeah, the blind man with the gun.
He starts eating the ammunition.
Glaucoma gun.
These berries are very hard on the outside.
Is that sulfur I taste?
Well, these are some very bitty berries.
Chocolate or charcoal and sulfur?
Yeah, these chocolate coffee beans taste weird.
Yeah. You guys ever had those? They're amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead, jump on into my announcements real quick. First and foremost, with the brand new month, this is probably the best time to join the Patreon. I'm going to be releasing a couple of things on the Patreon within the next week. This will include rewards like voice lines, or setting up a huge thank you note on the Instagrams and stuff like that. If you wish to be a part of that, I really suggest you join. Or hell, if you want to get in on that sweet Patreon merch, I have leftover posters for the $20 patrons, as well as leftover take you to Suplex City Lily sticker or die cut stickers, kiss cut stickers. I'm not sure. And if you want to get a hold of those, they're rewards. Or if you want to be able to get a T-shirt, that's also on the rewards. Also, I have a new video coming out on Friday. And this is going to be about my job. I'm going to be talking about sound design in anime. This will be this is kind of like one of those videos like you see. It's just like this professional like doing an interview and looking at things. Just like, yeah, no, I'll be watching anime clips from the 90s to now and kind of passing my judgment on and talking about sound design and how things were designed in anime. So I'll be looking at clips like from Dragon Ball to Trigun to all the way up to Fate Zero and Danmachi. So if you guys want to check that out, please do keep an open eye on that. Upcoming this Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's when I usually post my Friday videos. We have posted episode 7 of the VOD on YouTube. That came out a little late because I was just super busy last week, and that's the reason why I had no Friday video last week. So this is the VOD is currently over on YouTube. If you want to go ahead and check out the VODs, they will always be uploaded on YouTube Saturday, usually 9 a.m. If they're a little late, that's my bad. I'm sorry. But yeah, they'll be there on YouTube as well. And if you also want to catch the reruns here on Twitch, I will just do it randomly and I'll announce it on Twitter, and you'll hear it from me from Twitter. So, just follow me on Twitter if you want to catch the announcements for when I do the reruns for the last episode on Twitch. I think that should be it for me. So I'm gonna go ahead, go straight to Bracky.
Hey,
Hey.
sorry, I was just finishing the announcement thing. So, name's Bracky. Okay, Brachyzoid. I play River Bomb Jäger, the halfling fighter in this game. You can see it on the screen.
Yeah.
As for announcements, I'll be streaming art and games at twitch.tv/Brachyzoid. Every now and then, I might be starting to do some extra work because I've been a little dodgy when it comes to creating stuff, self-awareness and all that. But I've been recently watching more and more content from people. I've been getting inspired by Joe, by Puffin Forest, by C, and I want to start trying to do some videos regarding D&D. So I'm making my schedule to start uploading that kind of stuff, with some side stories, and hopefully have some puppets done to do recaps of this campaign. So looking forward to working on those. And
wow,
boy, it's
yeah, that's a daunting task that you just
dude.
on this now.
I want to get the final product, and I'm escaping working on the metal. So that's a problem I need to work on.
Okay.
But making my own schedule for it. Also, side announcement, which is more important for this. Don't forget that if you want to share a comment or a piece of fan art of this campaign, you can post it on Twitter. You can tag us, or you can also use using the hashtag D6DR.
Yes.
And the artwork will be portrayed in the standby screens through the pause and the waiting screen.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. We're gonna start that next week, I believe.
I believe so.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing mainly to show people who are joining the streams, what the characters look like more fully, and the artwork that has been done for them.
Absolutely, and also just to note this once again, I'm sorry. Just to note this, the wonderful people that do the amazing art, I cannot thank you enough. This is a campaign where this is the most amount of fan art that I've ever gotten in any of the campaigns I've ever ran for D6. So I just brings emotions to see it happen. Mm-hmm. So there's that.
I'm not crying. It's just raining.
Yeah, it's just raining.
We have been getting piles of it.
Yeah, no, everyone that does art is absolutely amazing. All right, Joe, how you now?
I'm doing all right. I just recently released Crap Guide to Wizard. Some of you may have seen it.
Yay!
Indeed. And because that's the final class, but not the final episode of Crap Guides, I'm taking a little break from the series, and I'm going to be doing some other stuff. One video that I'm working on is a overly edited Nuzlocke, which is going to take a long time because the stream is
boy.
4 hours long. Oh boy.
I know that
Joe.
pain personally.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe.
Oh
Now,
boy.
to be fair, yo, you didn't get that far, so you'll be fine.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Spoilers.
Well, he did say the
That
stream
could
was only
mean
4 hours
so
long.
many
That's complete.
things.
Mhm. I didn't get that far.
I love you, dude.
All right.
Oh, I love you too,
It was a
man.
lot of fun.
All
But yeah,
right.
that should be out when it's out, whenever that'll be.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Next up, Sir Malervik.
Hey, I'm Sir Malervik. You can see my Twitter right there on the screen, Sir Malervik. And I've been occasionally making doodles now and again, but I'm also streaming Crash Bandicoot and probably going to be streaming Spyro when that finally comes out on Steam early September. Hooray.
That's coming to Steam?
Yeah,
Yeah.
September 3rd or 2nd?
Interesting.
We're only a month away.
Early
Only a
Sep-
month away from Spyro.
God, August is here.
Already August.
Oh God. Oh Jesus. All right. Is that pretty much it?
Nothing new to announce, really.
Alrighty. Mr. Zito.
I have so many things. Hi, you could find me on the twitch.tv/Zito. On other things, you could find me on Stream 4-Star. I occasionally pop up on Fridays and do Bargain Barrel, a show where we showcase indie games. I also DM TFS at the Table, where I prove to everyone that I'm not biased and I try not to kill everyone. Do not question. And you can also find me on Takahata 101, where I play Task the Kobold Ranger. On personal stuff, I'm probably going to be reopening commissions very soon because I just realized, oh yeah, my current Cintiq is 15 years old and they stopped making the model of this one like almost a decade ago. So I think I might need to start saving money to get a new one. So commissions will probably be opened up very soon. Watch my Twitter for that. On the Twitch channel itself, you'll probably catch me sometime playing a shitload of modded games. Some new indie games came out, so I'll be hyping up a bunch of those, like Jupiter Hell. It's Doom, but chess.
Ooh. Okay.
And apart from that, I'll probably be doing some more 3 a.m. brain because what the fuck is sleep? I don't know that. So more homebrew stuff, and I'm gonna throw it at Bracky first just to torture him. hey, Bracky, you want to play as a Furby?
Oh, that's right.
You want to play as a
Hooray.
Furby?
The wheelies.
Bracky, wheelies are here, man. You gotta get in on them.
Wheelies.
Just wait until I make a log wheelie.
I will.
Surrender unto the fur.
I swear to Christ, I'm going to jump that border and I'm going to fucking go after you.
No, you can't because you said you're gonna start like chilling out on homebrew, my guy. So here,
Damn it.
have this.
Ah.
Here, let me present to you this small round wheelie. Do not question.
Wheelie Ranger.
I'm a rules lawyer in recoverment.
Purple, that's purple.
God.
Kill it.
Okay. And last but not least, none other than the dry guy, Terrence Dry.
Hey everybody, it's me, the Dry Guy, in Australia. It's morning time. Call help. So in terms of like announcements for me, currently you can watch my latest voice acting video on my YouTube at Dry Guy on YouTube and watch it there. It's a short, like 1-minute video that I did on for Saturday my time, Friday morning your guys' time. So yeah, I'm in the future. As for other announcements, I've been doing a lot of voice acting for certain projects, which I might be able to announce one of them come this upcoming week, but no promises. Other than that, I am open for voice commissions. If you want them, just shoot me an inquiry at terrencedryva@gmail.com or something like that, and hit me up if you want like a voice commission. I may not have them open for too long because my plate is getting pretty big, so do keep it in mind if I'm not able to do it. I apologize, but they'll probably be open again afterwards. Other than that, that's pretty much all for my announcements, and I'm ready to see what we're gonna get into tonight.
Yeah.
It's Frozen 3, isn't it? Your project is Frozen 3, The Melting.
Don't tell them! You're ruining the surprise!
Frozen the Meltoning.
Yeah, the melting.
I worked really hard to be the ocean and the iceberg that melts. That was my role.
I thought you were
Sorry,
gonna be
I
Elsa.
can't keep my big fat mouth.
Uh,
Yeah, he's the new Elsa.
What
Anna,
was that one?
come with
I
me.
earned this Elsa role. I am the queen of ice, the ice queen.
What was that one comedian that like got a role in Frozen but turned into a non-speaking role?
Wait, what?
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's a pretty well-known comedian from I think London, and he got like this role in Frozen, and he was just like it's just like his manager called him and was like, yeah, no, your role in Frozen turned into a non-speaking role, and the joke was it's like it's an animated movie. It turned into a non-speaking role. That means I'm not in the movie.
Yeah.
Is he just grunting at a microphone for a couple seconds?
So wait, is he the giant snowman golem?
No, no, it was like
he
one
a
of the rock.
troll?
Yeah, he was one of the trolls.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think it's just like he only had like one or two lines, and that was pretty much
Those
it.
characters are very distinct, and you can tell them apart.
Yeah,
Indeed.
All
Rock
right.
Troll A and 3.
yeah.
A and 3.
Man, do I know that feeling. Okay, so that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get on into tonight's episode, D6. Oh, the music is on. I like this part. This is my favorite part. All right. So, where we had last left off. So last week, our adventurers had made it into the Emerald Enclave, and after doing some looking around, a little bit of shopping, and meeting with an acolyte of Melora, our friends had reconvened back onto an inn. But a little bit somewhere in the middle of the day, River had crossed a small group of individuals that had felt odd in the interaction, and thus causing River to panic. And after that panic, tried to convince the group that they needed to leave the Emerald Enclave as soon as possible, but unfortunately Canis had a meeting in the morning with the elder of the Emerald Enclave, which is Alana Mirathari, who is one of the original 6 heroes within the old story of when Tiamat was put back into the 9 Hells. So with that, the new morning came. One of the agents had come by to retrieve Canis and his comrades, and also during this time, Urzer went to go take care of some personal business, in which that personal business will be solved soon. So, as we are, Garu, Franz, River, Canis, and Lionel. You are all currently going through the town or going through the city of the Emerald Enclave, and you see what is the giant, large canopy of a tree that is used as this main fortress and base. This thing spans well about half a mile across, and the size is awe-inspiring. You guys spend about 20 to 30 minutes climbing to the top of this this tree. By the time you reach the top and you make it into this wide open space, you are met with 3 elven-looking individuals. The half-elven, her hair long and deeply brown, her eyes completely glazed over. Her ears are shorter compared to the other individuals next to her, but you can definitely tell when those of the elven bloodline, they become more beautiful as they age, and she is of no exception. As you enter within and you are presented all in front, it seems like the eyes that stare, that are from behind her, are looking past you. It's chilling. And as you enter, she's like, "Hi, guys." Almost informal, but very inviting. All right, so which one of you is Canis?
That would be me, ma'am.
Oh, all right. Hello. And she walks over to you. She takes her time. She's carrying a small staff. You see, shortly behind her is a small mastiff dog, just a puppy right now. It seems like she, this little companion of hers is kind of following her around and kind of, nudging to make sure she's okay. And she extends an arm out to you, Canis, almost to do a handshake.
He'll shake her hand.
All right. As you grasp on, the hand is significantly tinier than your own, and you feel a stronger shake coming from her than even from yourself. All right. So, from what I was told, I needed to explain demonic stuff that is happening south of the Vale. Come on. And she walks over towards what is this large desk area. Behind her, you still see the two other elderly elven individuals still kind of staring and watching as you move. As she finally gets behind and she sits down. All right. So, from what I've been hearing is that there are some demonic activities south of the Vale, and you want to know how to handle them.
That would be correct. As far as we know, it's just demonic activity, and we need something less vague before we decide to blunder it and get ourselves killed.
Are you able to determine if it was from the events of Lycia Bay, or is it something of a ritual?
Was that told to him before?
You were told that your mother had described to you that since the events of Lycia Bay about a month ago, all this stuff has just been happening, and it seems like stuff is just coming out the woodworks. You're not sure if it's oddly timed or if this is a result of the calamity.
We are unsure of that. Whether this is just a coincidence or if it does have to do with Lycia Bay.
When I had the discussion with my daughter last night, I can very much assure that she had spoken words of as if the land is in pain. This could be something of godly matters, something beyond the calamity, or something that is dealing with, the abyss or the nine hells. Heaven would know. However, in my experience of dealing with the demonic, facing Orcus in our time, it would be easy to say that as long as you bear some form of light behind you, you might be able to survive, or even drive away the darkness that is driven by demons or devils. I would say you should definitely meet with the Queen of Vale. She is, as I would be familiar, your last name is Matthias?
Matthias.
Matthias. My apologies. I'm getting old. But I am aware that the House of Hope and the House of Matthias are at odds. So if you wish to meet with the Queen, just be prepared. You don't want to start in fighting between houses.
Even when demons are involved, I have to be polite.
That's fair enough.
All right, then.
I don't have anything to give you, unfortunately. However, a word of advice. If you feel like you are incapable of dealing with the threat at hand. There is no shame in running. What?
That's ominous. Good to know. Sorry.
Are you saying this is River?
Yep.
As she looks over the shoulder of Canis. Oh, trust me, I've ran on many different occasions. And she goes back to looking at Canis. In my own experience, my bloodline was cursed by a demon that acted as a fae. And in making contracts and making many mistakes of my life, my mother's life, and in order to avoid that being passed down to my own daughter, I had to do what needed to be done. And I am blessed to have had the friends that I've had, but I am also sad about the friends that I've lost in that battle. So it would be fair to say that if you need to run, then run. And also, more often than not, demons don't tend to go very far. They might even come after you, but they don't go very far.
Can I roll an arcane on that to see if, like, demons are, like, bound to a certain point? Like,
Yeah, go
based
ahead.
on that. Oh, what the fuck is that roll? Damn. Well, I'm obviously not getting anything with an 8.
As far as you have read, generally speaking, there are objects that can open, explicit doorways to the Nine Hells or the Abyss. The problem is once those doorways are closed, either it cuts their ties to the Abyss or the Nine Hells, or it lets them roam as freely and as far as possible. But there is no history that says that, they are bound to a very specific spot. However, they are very territorial by nature.
Ah, okay.
Well, if that is all, then is there anything that you would like to ask of me aside from things that I can tell you?
Well, you did say that we would have to meet with the Queen. Perhaps you have her ear and can let her know that we would be coming. It'd be far easier to set up a meeting now, wouldn't it?
It wouldn't be hard to make a meeting, considering that I am her godmother. Well, if you need to, I will have a letter prepared. Is there anything else that you would like?
Well, I believe my friend here wanted to be out of the city fast, from other concerns from the previous day.
Why so?
Perhaps safe travels to the Vale.
Lionel's gonna step up. Diplomatic immunity. Well, you did mention that there's going to be some sort of tiff between his family and the others over there. Obviously, we would need diplomatic immunity if this situation is to be dealt with swiftly and very professionally.
That is true. Then I'll be sure to inquire about it within the letter. Make sure that the houses remain as
Behave.
professional. Yes, behave. The Emerald Enclave here has a very unique tie between remaining as independent as possible without having loss between Vale and Aurario. You can definitely tell that these two very particular cities have a very interesting economy, and if you decide to start something in Aurario, you don't want that to be affecting Vale, and therefore we as the Emerald Enclave kind of act as a bit of a mediation between the rest of the cities here in Alanon. So that's why when there is a huge meeting, we often do it here and not within the cities. Also, Also, this also allows us to use some very particular hiding spells. Keeps the city here hidden in the mists.
Lionel just like nods, but in the back of his head, all this is going over his head about like all like the stuff that she just not all of it, but like enough stuff where it's just like, I just heard that in a fantasy book and it keeps us safe, so maybe I thought it'd be best to ask for that.
Yeah. Make a history check.
Okay.
About the Emerald Enclave itself.
All right, history check with a 22.
22. You've read a book about the Emerald Enclave, maybe 3 or 4 months ago, before the calamity. It's a very interesting place because this is where a lot of diplomatic meetings are held. That's why this tree is so important, because kings, queens, lords and royals all come here in order to discuss problems that are happening within Alernon. And also there are several not phylacteries, but rather very important statures that surround the Emerald Enclave that, when casted, can hide the Emerald Enclave almost as if it's in a pocket dimension.
Man, this entire place could just plane shift. That's wild.
Yeah. That's why it's a very important place.
Hell yeah.
And that's why it's also very important to have an elder here.
All right, fair enough. Just wanted to make sure we got diplomatic immunity, so when they come in and just going, "You ain't from around here, boy," we could just go, "Fuck you." We have a letter that says, "Shut up."
Yeah.
Then they shoot us and they say it has been revoked.
And so, is that everything that you would like to... Actually, I'm a little curious myself. Why is your friend so eager to leave?
I would like to know that as well.
Yes, everyone turns to a streamer.
River's just like fucking like 2-frame like moving in between, like he's lagging in a fucking match.
Shrinks inside herself.
Yeah.
I had an unnerving encounter with some people.
Some people?
Yeah, just people.
River, you're in an audience with one of the more higher ranked people in the entire caste system of the city. It'd probably be best to explain what you saw to them.
Oops. I dropped my D20.
Why is Lionel the voice of reason, guys?
Yeah.
I
Why is the 7-year-old
Homegrown knowledge.
child...
I thought I saw some people from that have a bad reputation from where I come from. And,
Where's that?
Rite.
Make a deception check.
Fuck. Against the eldest.
Why you
Make a
fucking
deception check.
lying?
Make a deception check with disadvantage.
Motherfucker.
God.
Yeah. You're
Stop
in her house.
fucking lying.
And someone we're guessing is like a druid or something.
So one was a 19 and the other was a 9. 8 and 10 total.
You see her eyes begin to glare much deeply at you. She could tell you're lying about something.
Roz just looks down at River.
Ah, fuck.
It's just like, really?
How many
I'm
people are in
fake
this?
city.
How many people are in this audience, by the way, in Yarrow?
There is Alana and 2 other elven individuals on the far ends of this of this area.
Can I see the other individuals have like rings or anything, any symbol that I recognize?
No, they are dressing
Nice.
much like her. They look very elderly. One being of male, the other one being female.
Wow, River, your nose is getting bigger.
She raises her hand. If it is
I'm not-
a personal matter,
Yes.
I am not going to pry, but If there is something within my city that can be a danger to my people, it is best to say it.
I don't. Off game, she doesn't know if it's in danger to her people, if it's her people. So it's danger for her. River is going to say, do you know of a symbol, of a crescent moon with 3 blades through it?
It's not the eclipsed eye, I know that much. However, the symbol is a little familiar to me, as I probably had seen it earlier yesterday. And she turns to one of the elven individuals, who looks to obviously be a record keeper. I would say that it was a couple of ambassadors not too long ago. I'm trying to remember the town that they were from. And there was a slight pause. He's going through his notes. Lowbondle, I believe. Some ambassadors from Lowbondle.
Hmm.
And
I just have memories of killers.
killers.
Yeah.
Like mercenaries.
I don't know. I have no idea. Just have vague memories.
Make another deception check with disadvantage.
Motherfucker.
Why the fuck you lying so much?
Because she doesn't trust.
Damn it, River.
It's not that
River, you are making this more difficult than it needs to be.
I'm very disappointed in you, young lady.
7.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
once again her eyes begin to sharpen, and she now gets up and she picks up her staff. You see the small mastiff moving
Grandma's
around.
mad!
No, Grandma. Abuelita, no.
I would like to know if these people are a danger to mine.
I do
If
not
she
know
takes off her
indeed.
shoes, you're done.
Yeah, chancla.
The chocolate flies 15 feet across the goddamn field.
We'll be able to talk to you in private.
Will your friends also need to be here, or will it be by yourself?
By myself.
Make a persuasion check.
Hey, no disadvantage.
Not disadvantage, just...
Oh wait, 19 plus 1, 20.
Alright. She turns to the two behind her. Prepare the letter, and I will speak to the small one here. As for your friends, you don't mind if I speak to your companion, would you, privately?
As long as she speaks to someone, she's got something on her mind. Wish it was us as well. Lionel walks away.
Yeah, River is not looking at you guys. That's she's
Yeah, I want that shit to sizzle in you, Bracky.
Oh, heart.
Secret.
Disgruntled grandpa.
He's got to grandpa.
Can also
just-
just look at River and walk out.
I don't look at you, but I say, you just go find her, sir. I'll meet you guys in a bit.
Alright. So everyone decides to walk out?
Yep.
Alright.
As long as we get our letter.
Alright, you hear Garu's like, I've just been here the entire time, I'm sorry.
Figures I end up in Philadelphia.
I said her, sir.
Alright,
No, Garu.
so everyone leaves, and after the footsteps begin to finally fade away from the earshot of those down the steps, as for the entire group, as well as the other two elven individuals, they're kind of going through a lot of the paperwork. You guys see towards the bottom near the center of the town, you see a tiefling man with a very large boar and a griffin, now with the saddle, and It looks like Urzer is done for the day. He's ready to meet back with his companions, but we'll get to that in a second. You see Alana sit back down and replace her staff on the table, and you see the Mastiff sit. So, what is happening? Who?
The people that I encountered yesterday.
Who are these people?
I do not know.
See,
And that's the truth.
They seem oddly familiar to you, considering the symbol is crossing your mind. So, let's move the question away from what is happening and who are they. Let's ask, who are you?
My name is Riverbone Jaeger.
Don't lie to me.
I am not lying. My name is Riverbone Jaeger.
Make
I'm
a deception
halfling.
check.
Motherfucker.
With disadvantage.
Why?
Fucking level 20 bullshit.
You're in her house, remember?
That's a natural 1 and a 3. But I'm going to roll. And I... Oh, I rolled a 1 from another 1.
Oh.
What fucking happened? So I got 1, 1, 1, 3, 1. Plus 1.
If you want to use an alias, that's fine. But there is an importance behind what you are hiding. And I want to know.
My last name is Dustlake.
I see.
From the Dustlake family
I see.
of Low Bando.
So, why are you here? When you should be home.
I have a home. But I wanted to get my original one.
The people from Lowbandle, upon meeting, were asking for supplies for the town as of recent, and you can imagine my own discomfort when I see people that are not halflings from Lowbandle. I understand that there are those who have their own houses within the land, but it does concern me greatly that your very town, one that is of your population, is now bringing in humans and other half races.
Do you know what happened to Low Bundle 27 years ago, I think? Maybe more. I lost count.
As far as I knew, as far as a lot of us knew, there was a fire.
Fire. That's beautiful. Mhm.
There was a fire, and there were some casualties. However, as head of the family, considering your last name, and I can tell you're not lying to me anymore, why? Why are you alive, and why aren't you home? Who are the people that you are afraid of? And why is it taking you so long to not go back?
You are misunderstanding, ma'am. I'm not afraid.
I disagree.
I'm not scared. I am furious that I have these people in front of me and I don't feel ready enough to take care of them. Do not confuse my anger with fear. I've been training my whole life to go back there and reclaim what was my family's right. Me and my family escaped. They decided to stay as farmers and cobblers. I, on the other hand, want justice.
As a child of one who has great faith in a god, I sense the same yearning that I did once. I lost my husband many, many years ago, the father of my daughter, and the one that had sent me on the path in order to have redemption. Justice is something that I am very aware of. I believe fate has brought us together, Dustlake. And therefore, if you are in need of an ally, then you have my blessing.
I appreciate it, ma'am. And I apologize for being so stubborn about this. I just don't know who to trust.
I would understand. It took me a while to trust my friends too. Just be sure before you do anything. Like I said, the Emerald Enclave is a very rare balance of diplomatic certainties. Therefore, I want to try and keep my hands as clean as possible, but if you are sure and you are ready, all you need to do is come see me, and I will have your army.
I appreciate it, ma'am. But I want to feel ready.
Very well.
I need to grow stronger.
Very well. Well then, that being said, I'm pretty sure your friends are ready to go. Is there anything that you would like, aside from a letter of immunity or being able to leave my city as fast as possible?
I assume you will have any manner of long-distance communication?
She goes behind her desk and she pulls open a drawer, and she sets what looks to be 5 tied scrolls with what looks to be fine blue ribbons. These here are Hermes Scrolls. Should you ever need to message me, all you need to do is write the message, think, and make sure that it gets to me as soon as possible.
Where will take them?
Alright, you have 5 Hermes Scrolls now. They're pretty much
5.
pieces of paper that have the spell message on them.
Okay, we'll take a line of it.
Alright. If that is all,
I believe so, ma'am.
very well. May Melora's blessing guide you.
You too, ma'am.
She gives a slight nod, and she rests back in her seat. And as you begin to walk down, you find yourself back with your allies, and everyone now meeting at the center of town. You guys see Urzer, and he looks happy.
Hello! Urzer's waving at you guys as he pulls over the hippogriff now with the new saddle. All right, so what'd you learn about all this whole demon business?
Not much more, but we do now have an audience with the Queen of the Vale, so she will hopefully have the information we need.
Good. Well, I would like to reintroduce you all to cauliflower, and he points over to the big old hippogriff.
Cauliflower?
Yeah, cauliflower.
Cauliflower.
You know, because he's big and fluffy and white.
That sounds about right.
Just like how truffles is small and fluffy and kind of looks like a mushroom.
Do you name all of your friends after food?
Urzer puts his hand to his chin for a little bit. Yes!
I am not going to lie, you will pass perfectly for a halfling.
So what's our plan now, lads?
Well, finish resupplying, I guess.
And find an audience with this queen, I suppose.
All right.
So as it was before. Get all of our provisions and then skip town.
Pretty
Well,
much
I'm
the-
ready whenever you lot are.
Yeah.
I'm always ready.
Says the previously drunk man.
All right, look here, you little shit.
All right. So, you guys prepare for what is a week-long trip to
Good lord.
to the Vale, because you guys did not actively try to find a form of transportation. That's why it's going to take so long. So,
Oh, we couldn't find
well,
the wagon, maybe?
I don't think we.
I think she was doing a back and forth between
Ah,
here
yeah.
and
yeah.
You're right.
Hmm.
I have 10 rations. 10-day rations, basically.
I have good berries.
And that's
Thank
those.
God.
I love those things.
Thank God.
All right.
I wanted to buy a cheese, but we didn't have a transportation.
Although I don't know, rations. How long? Rations would last like a long time, right? Because they're all like dried foods.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like jerky
Yeah.
Basically
Okay.
it's basically space food.
Yeah.
Or-
there we go.
or MREs. Yeah.
Yeah. So if we
Oh,
don't
God.
have to, I'm able to make 10. I think 10 can feed all of us.
Mm-hmm.
10 good berries a day.
All right.
Including truffles and cauliflower.
I mean, how urgent do they need us down there? Like, can we spare that time, or would it behoove us to actually like just go out and find transportation?
That'll be up to you guys. You guys are crossing the Great Plains in order to get to Vale before you reach any farmland again. By the time you reach towards the
How much would
western-
a wagon cost, by the way?
wagons can cost about 200 to 300 gold, if depending on the build.
How much to rent one from a travel service?
That's a good question. Make an investigation check.
We're going to find a wagon salesman.
It's something. Probably not a good one. Investigation. Oh, +0. I got a 7.
7. Okay.
Whoa.
There isn't a travel service in the Emerald Enclave as of right now. There are just people that do a lot of trading and, caravans and whatnot. As far as you can tell, there are two people that are traveling to Vale with one big caravan, and one looks like a old and mightily gruff with a lot of slick on his beard, kind of dwarven man. And then you also see another human male who wearing a straw hat, very thin shirts, and a couple of spectacles, kind of getting ready to do his to do the check before joining the caravan.
Can Franz approach the really gruff-looking one?
Sure.
Awesome.
So as you walk up, you hear the largest sound coming out of him, and it smells like hell, like fresh fucking sulfur rotten eggs. And he's throwing some reins over a couple of cockatrices, and he looks at you like, "Eh, what do you want?"
Franz just smiles and he's like, reminds me of home.
Bob's your uncle. I might like you.
He inquires. He says, "Excuse me, sir."
No need for the politesses.
Oh, perfect. So, hey, question. What are you doing?
I'm getting ready to join the caravan not too long from here in Sydney.
Perfect. Hey,
What?
mind if we hitch a ride?
What?
Of course, we found the Cajun.
Triangle.
Deal.
Good on you. Bob's your uncle joining the van.
Glad we could enjoy you. I appreciate the help. All right, guys, we're good.
Is that his name? Bob's your uncle?
No, that's this is how he talks.
Don't give me a fucking answer because I didn't ask him in character.
I am so sorry. I am so sorry. But this man, he speaks in mumbles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His
I
name.
lean into my.
His.
What did he say? Is he?
He said-
I think is. I'm not quite sure if he's speaking common or not.
He
It's not
literally just
Dwarvish.
said, I just gave the guy 5 gold so we could ride with him. So we just hitched a ride, literally.
Oh.
Was that 5 gold for you or 5 gold for all of us?
Oh, 5 gold for me.
All right.
5 gold for me then.
All right. And as you guys are walking up,
He has such a way with words.
I have attempted to understand the arcane for all the years of my life, which isn't all that much considering, but never in my years have I been able to find a creature that I could never understand, and yet here
Is
we
this a-
are.
Is this a human?
it's a dwarf.
Yeah.
As I get on the cart, just kind of mumbling to myself, maybe it's draconic.
Deep.
It's not even close.
As Garu hands over a couple of it's
Somewhere,
like,
somewhere,
it's not draconic. I would tell.
somewhere in Alavast Underdark, Task like just shivers. Feel chafed on right now so hard.
Oh, actually, I think I'm gonna stick with my animal companions and like travel beside the
side.
cart instead.
Okay.
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 All right.
And keep them safe and accompanied.
Who do you decide to ride the back on?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I'll ride the back of Cauliflower and kind of scout up in the air.
Right. Make an animal handling check. This is just
Oh, boy.
this is just to associate a relationship.
Mm-hmm. Hey, so I got a natural 1,
Ooh.
Oh,
and that adds up to a 6.
this is 6. Good. No. It's a good.
Cauliflower gives you a little bit of trouble on the first couple of days of travel, simply just because you've never ridden the back of a hippogriff before.
Nope.
And so you're both
During the takeoff,
yeah, you're both
it's like, all right, buddy, come on, can't be that. Ah!
yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost as if you're trying to rein in energy that has a high output, but not capable of figuring out where to begin and end the control here. So the first couple of days are a nightmare traveling with this.
Every now and then, when Nersa goes flying with Cauliflower, and I see Truffle walking on the side, I just look out the window of the wagon or from the back. So it's okay, girl. He's just testing out the new ride, and I give her an apple.
Aw, all right.
Oh.
And as you always hand out an apple, you see just as it opens its giant maw, it goes crunch, munch, munch, munch. Pieces are falling out. There's spittle everywhere every single time, and you go.
Hey, Bracky,
Hmm.
I'd like you to roll an investigation check
What?
on Lionel, as he has been staring at you for the entire fucking trip.
Oh, trust me, I have been trying to avoid eye
Wild.
contact with most of you.
Oh,
It's a breach of trust.
I'm
I'm sure you could beat it because I rolled a nat 1, so he's right in your face.
Yeah, like literally, like he's leaning in inches from your face. Just
the
like,
eyeball is like
he wants
trying
you
to pop out of
know.
the socket.
He wants you to know how mad he is at you.
It will technically be an insight check. So I will have a dirty 20.
Are you mad at me? No.
Yeah.
She is aware. Like if it's like she could feel the heat of the ice just on her neck, just going.
Yeah, you just look off to the side. Oh, you're approaching. Unless you're gonna fucking acknowledge it and nut up and acknowledge it to Lionel to his face, he's just gonna keep staring at you with very malice intent.
She is going to keep ignoring it because she doesn't want to touch upon the situation. She hopes that it's being forgotten.
Trust is fucking broken. I'll just have you know this right now.
I know, and it hurts.
I'm gonna say under most social circumstances, I need you to make a charisma check to maintain the ignore.
Oh.
Come on.
What do I have to roll?
No, I'm talking to Lion or to River.
Straight up charisma.
Just straight up charisma. Just
Oh boy.
Okay. Oh, dirty 20. I'm rolling until 19 today.
all right.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
All right, so Lionel, she continues to ignore you. It's so hard with the male player.
It fucking hurts.
I return to my spell book.
All right.
Maybe by the fourth day, I think we can have a fourth.
Oh.
How many days is it?
Thank you for reminding me.
I need
Oh,
to know
just lost
how many
that,
days
guys.
because it's going to be the last one.
Clear. All right.
The river's pretty sassy for someone in fireball distance.
Pretty tough talk from somebody in fireball distance.
Uh,
How does it feel to have your memes get done right in front of you, Joe? How does it feel?
Oh yeah, like that was not an original joke.
Okay, so you guys, after your fourth day, it seems like every single time that you would think that there would be like the chance of like bandits coming around. Luckily, you're in a caravan, and also probably the most gruffest, mumbliest talking dwarf you've ever met.
I don't think he's a dwarf. I feel like he's a blob person.
He looks like something out of Pirates of the Caribbean, I swear. It does by the time the fourth day comes around.
wait. I want this to be clear. We asked his name before we kept the travel. What's this man's name?
All right.
Because last time was really awkward
Yeah.
by the very end.
So you, River, approach him to ask his name.
What's his name? What's your name, sir?
Mm.
Okay.
Yes, good.
Gotcha. Never mind then. Thank you.
No.
Mer.
No. Mer.
No. Son of a bitch. Norm.
Yeah.
Norm.
I was about to fucking cast comprehend language.
It's still common.
It doesn't work because it's common.
Man, can we keep him? Okay.
Oh my god, it's like this man has termites in his throat.
But yeah, it will be
Just like my old master.
It will be by the fourth day of Lionel's turn. Be like, can you stop with that?
No.
Yeah. By the way,
Lifts his nose up from his book. No. It's about fucking time you acknowledged me.
But by the way, after 4 days of travel, he's been trying to tell stories this entire time. All you've been hearing is mumbling at the front of the carriage.
Wait,
You don't say.
wait,
sir.
Yarrow. Could I roll for Franz to actually have been listening to those stories?
Yeah, sure.
Sweet.
I'm sorry. If for everyone else, it must sound like a fucking broken AM radio station.
Yeah.
Classic.
I got a 16.
So, from what you could detail out of the story, out of whatever it is you were trying to listen to, Norm, his name is Norm the Rockjaw, and he is originally from Orario, and he was born and raised there, and a lot of his stories include heartbreak and finding his true purpose, and then he ended up getting punched so hard his jaw kind of clenched up, and he had to go see clerics and get healed, and then he found his love of his life, and then his heart was broken because she was cheating on him, and then there was and then he found a bit of purpose becoming a merchant and being a traveler, and how he's met so many friends, and then people that he has seen die from traveling. And one of his favorite stories is how he met this dragonborn woman, and they kind of had a very delightful night together, and never saw her again. And that's kind of one of his best memories, but it is really, really fucking hard based off of everything he has said.
Are you sure he's not a country western star with those stories?
This Sunday on American Truckers.
Yeah.
Literally, all that Franz says in return to his story is just in Dwarvish. That's rough, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Married life is
Got thwacked in the face.
You yeed your last haw. Thank you.
You have such a way with words.
I love this man. I love him so much.
I made Norm on the
Oh, yeah.
spot.
It's perfect. You did an amazing job, actually. I did not think it was going to go that
I
far.
want to believe that you planned this man from the
Let me
beginning.
Let me speak the legends of
Yeah.
When the gag character becomes a staple.
Yep. All right.
Oh yeah, it would just be that for of River and Lionel talking like in that reaction, and then just cuts to France and Norm talking, and then back to this dude. Cuts.
All right, so let me go back to that conversation in character. Oh, it's about time you actually noticed that I've been staring at you 4 days straight.
I've been aware of that from most of you too.
Murders.
What happened?
Bandit? What?
Servers.
Oh,
5 days.
Okay. Fair enough. 5 days.
5 days. Yep.
So if obviously you could read the fact that I've been looking at you this whole time, maybe you could also open up like a little bit and tell us why you keep lying.
You're rather, to be fair, you're rather obvious. You have gigantic eyes, but it's. And she looks at Canis and at Franz.
Franz turns to River and he's like, "You know what? I can't do nothing for you for this one. I've tried."
It's something I cannot share, Lionel.
Lionel slams his book closed and stands up and turns full frontal at River. And you're someone who was very determined on making us a team in some way. And for someone who wants to make themselves a team player, you lying to us and constantly hiding things doesn't help. And also, in fact, it makes me afraid for what you're putting us into. I have been left to the wayside far too many times than I like to count in what little years I have on this planet. I will not let that happen a second time. Now either you tell us what's going on, or I just continue to not trust you. And he returns to his book.
River. Give me some time, please.
Oh, sure. When it bites us in the rear end, I'm sure that'll be a perfect time for you to open up. He doesn't respond anymore.
Yeah, River doesn't either. She's thinking to herself. She's a shame. Shame.
Shame.
Attach the rock of shame. No way, that's too heavy for the wagon.
So,
And then you hear from Norm.
You got the man. Yeah, we've been dealing with these issues for a while now. I know, but
Gotta
we
go
need to figure
I just imagine Norm going awkward. Hurts. It hurts.
so
I got emotional.
I got emotional. Yeah. I love this fucking game.
Hell yeah.
So, as you guys spend the last 2 days in travel, more of Norm's mumblings as he continues to tell his stories, slightly incomprehensible, if not incomprehensible at all.
Taking down another apple from my counter.
You find yourselves not too far from what is the entrance of Vale. Vale, not much like Aurario, which Aurario is basically like a metropolis. This is in and of itself like another city. This is kind of more like it's set on the side of a hill, and the walls are much shorter, and the buildings seem to still be relatively new. As you see, there are several individuals building houses. There's a lot of planning in streets and whatnot. By the time you guys make it to the smooth roads before the cobblestone of the palace, the carriage finally stops. You're like, we're in the Vale.
Over here.
You know, ooh. Thank you so much, Norm. Mr. Norm.
You're focused on the parallel between Walker and Vale. Here we go.
A can of milk? What?
He said, "Hurry up."
No. You're focused on the path between Vale and hit me up.
Oh,
Okay.
I get him. I get him.
We need
Okay.
a hand.
Okay.
We got it. Thank you
Urzer
so
snaps
much,
his
sir.
fingers. Yes.
I agree.
All right.
Wait, Yarrow. Before we leave, can I have Franz give Norm a gift?
Sure. What do you give him?
Franz walks up to Norm, takes off a piece of the leaf on his poncho of his outfit, and then gives it to him.
Aww.
Shit.
Have
Social
one.
link go.
All right. He takes the leaf, and then he opens the jacket of his vest and he shoves it, and you can hear what is like several other items, what could be in the pocket of the vest, just like metal clinging and gold pieces and whatnot.
Aw.
I cannot wait for 100 episodes from here. The final battle. Norm is going to show
Norm
up.
comes back.
Norm comes back with the heavy crossbow.
man.
Murder, motherfucker!
There's a leaf tied to one of its bows.
Oh,
Oh, hell
Oh
yeah.
gosh.
That is so cool.
Okay, so as Norm gets back up onto his carriage, he cracks the reins, and you see as he pulls away into the city of Vale. You guys are crossed with several individuals, many walks of life, much like Aurario, except here, what seem almost like half orcs and tieflings seem to be a bit more predominant here. As you guys are kind of walking across there's a couple of people that are eyeballing Canis and Franz, but as for the rest of you, this seems inviting.
I'm completely normal.
I mean, he's used to watchful eyes anyway, so this is kind of normal for him.
The
Well,
the tower or the castle that is set, by the way, is not too far off. It's about a quarter mile away, towards the gates.
we have our audience, so
Hmm.
Or at least we should, if the letter made it.
Oh, actually, by the way,
Yep.
you guys were actually given the letter.
Oh, cool,
Oh.
cool.
So
So I'd assume Canis would have
yeah.
it.
So
I just picture to Canis remembering the letter on the hotel. Shit.
Cuts to it just sitting on the desk back in the hotel.
Ah! All right, so
I forgot.
fuck, Norm, you will be remembered.
Let's
God,
go to,
yes, he will.
It's going to be your Uber. Get used to it.
Oh god.
Yes.
Here.
All right. All right. So, as you guys begin the traversal towards the castle, it is much like an old French castle. It's a square by its design, and kind of a bit more thin, but the towers that kind of are raised and towards the center where the main build is, as you guys begin to cross the threshold, presenting the letter to some of the tiefling guard here, as you guys are then just walked through the castle with one of the guard, and unspoken, unmoving, helmeted and just kind of mysterious by his design, the mark of Arya, which is, as you guys know, is the goddess of bards and tieflings and whatnot. So as you guys finally begin to enter in order to present your favor, you are met with very simple and well-designed architecture here within the throne room. You see there are other people kind of just doing their work and doing their business while within the throne room. You see a tall and a turquoise-skinned tiefling, her hair parted to the left side of her face, and what looks to be a long silver-like blade, very much a rapier, set to the side of the throne as well, and what looks to be the symbol of Arya above it. And who do we have here? As she begins to stare at the lot of you. And that is where we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, everyone.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Awesome. I'm gonna get me some good old OJ. I'll be right
Yeah.
back.
All right, so that being said, we'll be right back. Give us about 10 minutes. Oh, booze in the
In the
yeah,
chat.
yeah.
Hey, Boo.
So,
Hi, Boo.
so we'll be back 7:30, and see you guys then.
30? Oh, yeah.
7:30, 10 minutes. 10 whole
Yeah.
minutes. All right.
I'll make some tea.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. I would say at most just put a, like on the standby screen, just put a break and be right back or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. And we are back.
You're
Yeah.
back.
Also, quick thank you to Red Chaos for them little bits. Little bits.
I can't stop thinking about that fucking cartoon.
Oh my gosh, little bits. All right, so we're back where we have set upon do the iPad thing. All right, so right back into it. You guys are now standing within the throne room, within the castle of Vale. Before you is a beautiful turquoise-skinned tiefling. As she stares down upon you, you see several individuals that are within the throne room kind of tending to the businesses. And you see as the guard walks up to her and speaks words you cannot hear.
Also, by the way, truffles and cauliflower are waiting outside. I'm not bringing them in the
Okay.
building with me.
They're in a stable.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They can behave there.
And as you stare up to her and you see the weapons by the side of the throne and how she kind of stares at all of you, you see her horns curled much like Urzer's, and her eyes probably not glazed over, but probably a bit sharper by their design. There are actual pupils behind the Celera. She looks at all of you and she's like, "So, what do we have here today?"
Canis, I think this is your territory.
Yes. Good day, Your Highness. Me
She
and my
holds a hand up.
compatriots here have been...
I know who you are, Canis. And you immediately begin to think, oh, this is the little girl that used to come to the house across the street and would pick on you.
Oh, that bitch.
Canis's eyebrows just instantly, suddenly drop. Oh, that bitch.
So,
His posture will relax a little bit at that.
you remember
you look her.
Hisela, her name, Hisela Hope. Hecelia Hope, Queen of Vale, currently, as she had taken after her own mother. So, what is the brat of Metilius doing here?
Well, for starters, we have heard that there have been recent demonic activity just south of here, and the House of Metilius has been tasked at dealing with it.
I'm aware. I was the one who had asked. She putting on a very smug face. It wouldn't be beyond me to try and reach out to some of the households that I am aware of, if not close to. Of course, it is within my better interest of myself and my people to make sure that their safety is secure, and therefore, after the numerous attempts of trying to remove the threat, I think it might be a bit smarter to try and reach out, so I did. Your mother so graciously accepting.
As she normally would. There are a few things I would need, however.
And what would that be?
Information besides demons. I can't exactly blunder into it blind now, should I?
That is true, and thus the reason why we had kept it as close to the chest as possible. The good news is we are aware that the threat is demonic by design. However, there is more than three about at the most. Apparently, a small coven of witches had entered the forest and begun rotting up the place. And so every single time we've sent some soldiers or sent other adventurers, it seems like whatever force that they were able to imbue upon the land has been more than a problem.
Who did you send in there last before we came?
Sent 5 mithril guard in order to try and situate the problem at hand. However, it seems like even the most greatest of champions here in Vale are still no match. And you can see why that would be very concerning to me. So, why not request the House of Metilius in order to solve the problem itself? Of course, I'll be honest, without having to lift a finger of my own, it would show that I am a good leader and also wouldn't have to waste my own resources anymore. So, if this succeeds, I look good. If it doesn't succeed, well, then I just gonna have to handle the situation myself.
A very shrewd observation, then, on your part. At that, Canis is clenching his fist behind his back.
Reminds me of Deary.
So, what the request is, remove the demonic threat, get rid of the coven, and also whatever else that they might be brewing within the forest.
And
This has been enlightening, then. I at least know what we're up against.
Yeah, they didn't expect recommend on the witches.
Well, if they're witches, then they obviously must have some kind of arcane might to them. What magic do they normally use?
Usually Fae, but this is awkward in a way that even if I were to say this is Fae magic, and they're pulling from whatever source of magic that they deem fit worthy of their abilities, this is still different. They would not even dare to seek the demonic. But after the matter of the calamity, you can imagine how things begin to change.
So you're saying that this is not their typical situation, because for them to just call upon demons, something has to occur for them to make such a choice.
Precisely.
Yeah, it does seem pretty desperate.
Precisely.
How will they be winning from this?
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
She looks at you, River. I'm sorry.
What would they be winning from this? From reaching to the point of getting demons?
Demons that make contracts are very, very powerful. The more they have at their beck and call, the more of a problem they possess. But witches, hags, they are magical by nature. And so if they're willing to make contracts with demons, this could pose as a problem.
What would River know of hags, by the way?
Make an Arcana check. Since they're
Let's
magical-based
go.
beings.
May I also make? May I also? Well, never mind. They're magical. I don't know if I'm
No,
just
we
trying to
can
think if it
chat.
would fit. If they like live in the woods or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd guess either Franz or Lionel might know.
Yeah, so you can give it a shot. I mean, there's nothing stopping you.
Yeah.
I guess not, because that's a 18.
And mine is a 10.
10. All right.
Yeah. 16 plus 2.
All right. So, from what you can tell, hags often try to keep to themselves. They're initially from the Feywild, which, you know, people have traveled between the two realms fairly often. But hags, they possess magic that is very dangerous to the prime material plane, in a way. And when they decide to make a coven, this is often in order to perform more powerful magic. And now that they're willing to do deals with devils and demons, this poses an even greater threat. Mainly because they're very powerful as a coven, but now they're using demonics in order to gain more power. And that's why it's a problem.
Mm-hmm. I relay that to my allies.
Well then. Giving away
Well,
to get power in desperation.
well, if that's the case, then I suppose we should at least know a little bit of the land around them. What would normally be considered dangerous, or what plagues them apart from the witches where they live?
That's what we're trying to find out. If they're making those deals, there's obviously something that they're scared about. And if they're scared about something, they're willing to summon great demonic beasts, or, in return for making those deals, capable of performing some very powerful magic.
If we took care of the source, would the witches bow down to our will instead?
Oh no, you need to remove the witches just in general. They are a threat to the very land itself. They can
Chaotic creatures.
They can twist and turn things that you don't want twisted and turned. There are, I would say, some decent hags, but the ones that decide to make covens are obviously after something.
Very well.
Well, this has been delightful. Canis,
Yes.
when is your next vacation?
Mhm.
He'll kind of just blink confusedly
She's
at that.
smiling like a fucking
Pardon?
shit.
Would I be able to make an insight check
Sure,
on that?
go ahead.
Yeah. It's going to be a total of 16.
She's probably trying to think of a way to annoy him on his days off.
Hmm.
Getting the complete wrong message. Urza's gonna like elbow Canis and just kind of give him the side eye, like, eh?
Yeah, Canis. When is your next vacation?
Come on, she's putting out a line.
We will take our leave, Your Majesty.
Very well.
Yes, we will.
Before you leave, there is one individual that might be able to help you. He's new to the Vale, but someone that I've come to trust recently. If you decide to meet up with him, he'll probably be able to give you a map of the forest. You might be able to find an easier way through. And if you find something not what we are looking for, do let me know. I don't want uncertainties after this. You can imagine why.
Of course, wouldn't want this happening again, now would we?
Precisely. Well then. May Arya's fortune ring upon you.
It's okay. I'm sure Canis will have 3 days and after we deal with this.
Shut up.
I have vacation days.
Vacation days.
Off time.
Alright. So
Even 10 days.
in that you guys leave. You are made aware.
On the way out, Urza just says to Canis,
Oi, Canis, I think she's got a thing for you.
Gods, I hope not.
She was really interested in getting some free time.
Don't you start.
So
She's
will
right.
support you too.
If Canis, if you ever need anything, if you need to impress her or something, Cauliflower can be a good wingman.
Fuck!
Oh, son of
I'm unsure if you know what that phrase means.
So, as you guys leave, you are made aware of a man named Falu. He is obviously not from the Vale or Alanon, based off of his name. He's more from Yimnan. There is a individual with short-colored hair, a bit more of a palette cleanser compared to the usual the hues of blacks and grays and whatnot. And this hue is not like a deep red, but one that kind of shades into a slight maroon, and then fades into a bright orange. And the hair is set, pulled back with what looks to be a tie behind it, and his clothes look very simplistic and Yimden by design, so much like how you would see Garu and Lionel based off of the clothing in and of itself. And he looks as like, hello.
Hello, yes, the Queen told us to come look for you.
Oh, yes, I had done some of my own investigations, so if you're planning to go into the South Forest, I would say be careful, but you all seem so trustworthy. And he rustles.
Lionel looks at River.
He rustles through his short bag, and as he brings it up, he pulls out and rolls out a large map. All right, so after a couple of watches and, of course, a bit of scouting missions, here, and here, and he begins to point towards the northern, eastern end. These have been some of the instances of what looks to be some conflict in those areas. They seem to be a bit more marshier, if not dredged in some sort of changed land, and they seem a bit blacker compared to the rest of the forest. And then here, and here, and he begins to point closer towards the center of the South Forest, have been unmapped, and we are not sure if there might be something there. We haven't checked yet, but if you wish to give it a go, I suggest you do. I would like that information very, very much. I'll pay well for it. And then also, and he begins to point towards the east end, the far east end. That might be your best bet of being able to get into the forest without having to meet anything conflicting. Because if you try to go through the north, I can assure you that you're going to run into something, and it's not small.
Do you know what that something is?
It said it's like a frog-like creature. I'm not exactly sure.
Well, Lionel kind of like perks up at that. She's like, oh, is that all? If it's not a witch, then that might actually give me a little bit of gold back at the other city. Well, that sounds like a fun entrance.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. Do we need to be aware of any kind of advantage or disadvantage regarding these things?
There is a river that runs through the forest. It does trench out quite a bit, if that's something that you would consider an advantage in battle. If not.
I meant more than are they? I need to be a little blunt about this. Do you know of any kind of weakness or resistance against these things?
No.
Very well.
I'm simply a simple commander. You know, just coming in as an informant, capable of managing people in and out. I have no experience in combat. I just simply started here about a month ago.
Yep, I wanted to ask, since you're an informant, information, you know.
Yes, very much. Well then, if that being the case, I hope both of you...
Can I insight check that response was kind of
Yes. Go ahead.
intense? Ooh, that's what's funny.
Natural 20.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Time to get ones in combat.
Technically 22. I'm doing this right? Because of the sword I can roll with advantage insight checks? Or am I not doing
Hold
this
on.
right? Yeah, advantage insight checks. What is this clicking?
It's me talking to you.
Critically clack.
Clickety clack down the track. It's lots and lots of trains.
We got some secrets in the back. Some secret whispers.
I'm sure it's not important information.
None at all. None
No.
whatsoever.
Not at all.
Well then, is that everything that you need?
Yeah, I think so.
I believe so, yes.
We can handle a few wicked hags, I'm sure.
All right. Oh, also, one last thing.
One less thing. Lie to the rat. Lie to him all the
Lie
time.
to
Forever. Lie to the wizard forever. He'll never catch on.
Kill him.
To-do list, lie to Lionel.
Right to die. Can I see if he has any symbols on him?
From your insight check, there's no symbols on him.
I'm just going to step away from the group a little bit, like with the group a little bit. Like, thank you very much.
All right. Well then,
I will do.
have a good trip and good luck.
Thank you.
And as soon as I find myself within, out of audible distance from this man,
Mm-hmm.
I just tell the group, there's something wrong with this man.
Oh, wrong how? He seemed to be doing his best.
He has this weird shimmer around his hair, like kind of like Canis, but more subtle.
Oh, what's wrong with that?
I don't know. He doesn't feel trustworthy.
Well, guess we'll keep an eye on him. He doesn't seem very dangerous.
He's saying from about a month ago and from a far off land. I don't know if you spelled that correctly. Though.
Far off land, as in like Yimnin.
Mm-hmm. Yes, there's something odd about him.
How long ago did he say that he was here for?
About a month.
That might be a telling sign.
Isn't that about when the demon stuff started happening?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I think he's an informant for someone else.
Which way did we say that we were going to actually, like, try to enter? Which way did
North.
we... North?
We
I
kind of
suggest-
openly said north.
I say we pick a different path.
There is the
Mhm.
east end.
East was already supposed to be a more peaceful entrance too, right?
Well, here's what I'm thinking. If these hags are going to be summoning demons to take care of something from a source that they don't know about, and if this man actually is an informant, then obviously that must mean we have to go into an area where would be most dangerous on the map, because maybe the hags don't even tread it.
So he pointed out somewhere along the west end that there has been a strange occurrence of the land being affected, and that's another area to enter, but it's totally up to you.
He also said there was an area that was unmapped and he'd be willing to give a reward for going in there. You think that's a trap that he threw out?
We could also
No,
get
I don't. If he is hypothetically an informant, I think that that's just information that they don't know either, and they would like.
That's what the hags would like, yeah.
Or we could have
So,
a more personal
we
conversation
could-
with him.
We could go there and just not give him the information. If he is this much of a suspect as we are suspecting him.
I feel that any information we gather should be sent to the queen and not the informant. Why would we give the information to the messenger when we can go directly to the source?
Oh, that's a good point.
True.
Lionel, do you have any capabilities to detect magic?
Do I? Let me check!
I don't know. Do you?
Wait, does Canis?
You guys. By the way, he's finally finishing up as you guys are out of earshot from him. He's finally beginning to go back into the castle. So like he's moving.
Let him move. I don't want to see him again.
Yep.
I don't want him going in the castle.
The only thing looking through my spell list, I have Acid Splash, Firebolt, Mending, Prestidigitation, Chromatic Orb, Comprehends Language, Disguise Self, Fog Cloud, Grease, Identify, Magic Missile, Ray of Sickness, Shield, Floating Disc, Witch Bolt, Enlarge, Reduce, Flock of Familiars, Hold Person, Misty Step, Spider Climb, Counterspell, Fly, and Galder's Tower. Counterspell will be very useful.
I have dispel magic, but not detect magic.
I meant something to see if this man is something else.
I would I don't have any spells on hand, but that would be something I just have to investigate myself.
I do not know of anything that would not be obvious, sadly.
I don't feel comfortable leaving him in the castle.
He's already been there for, I'm guessing, a month.
Mm,
If he was planning on doing anything there, he would have already done so.
Perhaps it wouldn't hurt to inform the queen.
No, that would raise suspicion on our part. Let's just go to this
Okay.
high concentrated area that he doesn't want us to go to.
Good call.
All right.
We'll take the
Yeah.
hard road because
Yeah.
it's probably because I don't know.
I feel like we just found a trap and our only option is to run straight into it.
Yeah, reverse psychology.
reverse. He knew what we were going to think that he was going to think to say.
But we're going to reverse his reverse psychology.
I cannot wait for this to backfire in our ass.
Oh my god, what the fuck does pot of greed do, guys? I can't take this anymore.
Right.
All right.
What does that do?
So, as you guys begin to prepare, you guys are still well within the daylight, as it took you guys the night over in order to get here. So, it is the early morning, and after finishing your meeting, it has taken about 2 hours. So, somewhere around 10:30, 11. You guys travel out the hour and a half to get into the South Forest. Now, you guys decided to go towards the area in which he described is the changed land. So,
Yep. Hoping he's being a liar.
Oh man, imagine if he wasn't lying. It's like as Lionel leans in on River. Imagine if he wasn't. Imagine that.
Imagine.
Wait, Lionel, you're getting a little bit close to River's ear. I think she can hear you pretty well.
Imagine.
so
Imagine.
It's okay, Arthur.
as you guys travel
Nothing.
deep within the forest, Franz, I'm assuming, Franz and Urzer, you guys being the more directional to knowing the forest relatively well. As you guys cross the threshold and enter through, you guys immediately feel the chill, as if the entire air drops about 10 to 15 degrees here.
Franz is going to tell everybody to stop walking immediately.
As you do, everyone stops. Make a perception check.
Okay.
Oh boy. Can I use my ability to? I have a feature that. Let me double check my stuff here real quick. My racials. Here we are. Keen spell. Is this based on sight or can I rely on smell?
Sure, you can make a smell check too.
Good, because then that gives me advantage.
Garu, by the way, looks like he has just been meditating this entire time. He hasn't spoken too much, but he's aware.
I made, you said a perception check? So 17
everyone?
plus 4 is a 21.
Yeah, everyone.
Okay.
Alright.
I think so.
I got a 15.
As
I got an 8.
Franz, as you begin to kind of keen your eyes out, and Lionel, as you begin to kind of sniff the air, Lionel, you smell like plant rot, as if it's like rotting cabbages and like as if something of the evergreen is dying. And Franz, you look out, you see beyond a couple of trees, there is almost like blackened wood and tree life kind of fading to death. And it is much closer than what was described on the map. Significantly closer now. From what you can tell,
I think we're closer now.
From what you can tell, whatever is happening to the forest is spreading.
Could Franz make a nature check to sort of see where the source could possibly be coming from? Like, I know we're close, but like to sort of pinpoint where it is actually happening.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Boy, that is a 20 plus 2. That is a 22.
Hey.
So, this is what was described by when hags begin to change the land that they're on, especially a coven, because covens can create layers, and layers can be anywhere a coven wants it to be. It's almost as if, since they have begun committing rituals of demonic energy, it is now affecting the very land itself. Do you guys want to approach near the area a bit closer?
I mean,
Votes.
I say aye, yes.
I say we should. However, we need to be very cautious. We don't know what's going to happen next.
If we go in, do it stealthily.
Pretty much.
Can I ride cauliflower up and like scout around, or is there not? Is it just like too hard to see?
Hold on. I just noticed something on the stream.
Uh-oh.
Hmm?
Oh.
Zachary MH donated $1,500.
Wait.
Holy
Whoa,
shit.
what?
I'm sorry.
me?
Excuse me?
Oh,
Whoa, excuse me, what?
very generous.
Okay.
Wow. Thank you.
I'm sorry. I'm crying.
Well, thank you for supporting Yaroshin.
You said
Yeah.
for support.
That will
That's
be going
amazing.
directly back into the show for a great experience for you.
Oh my god.
That is amazing. Wow.
God damn, dude.
Huh.
Oh
As
my god.
investor for
Keep
combat.
it together,
maps.
Yaro. You can keep it, hold it
I'm trying
together.
to be a dungeon master.
Hold it together.
Fuck.
You can do it.
Okay.
you can do
Thank
this.
you.
Back
can
to
do
the
this.
regularly scheduled programming.
Calm
Yeah.
down, man!
Sorry. This.
Calm down.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Thank you,
you so
Zachary,
much.
so much. Okay. Back to the game. I swear I'll cry more after the
You
game.
can,
I'm gonna.
Don't cry, our entrance is soon!
So,
Quiet.
so
you.
who,
God.
what
was
was
really
being
good.
asked? I'm sorry. Fuck.
Can I ride cauliflower up into the air to scout ahead, or is it kind of too hard to see? Like, is
go-
the tree line
No,
too dense?
you go right ahead. There is enough area for cauliflower to kind of run. It's going to be a close call. Make a dexterity check with cauliflower, just to make sure that.
Oh boy.
Just to make sure that, between the wingspan and being able to kind of clear the trees. Oh my god.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna like brush on his feathers a little bit. All right, boy. Let's take it nice and easy. Dex check for me or
for-
him? For him.
Do
Okay.
you need me to pull up the...
That is a no. I have it. It's a 7.
So what is it? What's the final? 7?
7 total. Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna consider that very easy either which way. So it's with a little bit of clipping from the brush of the trees, finally makes it overhead. And as you are flying over the forest, this isn't just one spot. Just based off of the passive perception and kind of getting the entire span of the forest, there are several black spots that are beginning to kind of take over the forest. One in a very specific place, the deep south of the forest, and the center where it is completely unmapped, you see what looks like to be a stone clearing. A stone clearing that kind of looks like it's like a pyramid or a built temple near the center, but it doesn't seem like it's been touched in a long time.
Okay. Maybe a monument of some kind. Alright. Okay. Do I see any entities, persons, bodies?
Make a perception check since you're trying to peer through the canopies of the trees.
Mm-hmm. Gosh, that's a shit roll. Alright. Freaking 7 again.
Not that you can tell. You're so high up, and the forests are
Yeah.
a bit thick away from the blackened spots.
Okay. Yeah, I head down back to my allies. Oh, can't see anything through the thick brush. We'll just be on our guard.
All right. So you guys decide to press onward into the forests. You guys spend about
Good job, Arthur.
You guys spend about another 30 minutes trying to push through. As you guys pass through the blackened patches, the first one that you guys had encountered, you feel as if necromancy, death, and necrotic is kind of sapping away at the forests. And who wants to make a quick Arcana check, real quick?
I bet I should.
I believe the wizard has a thing. I was going to ask Arrow, is it possible for us to make this, or
Oh, what?
are we just still walking just forward? We said we were going to be approaching stealth.
Oh, okay. Then make stealth checks.
Oh
no.
okay.
Should I tell you what I rolled on Arcana
Yeah.
before I do that?
Go ahead.
I rolled a 21 on Arcana.
Hey!
So, you do know that this effect is magical, and as you're kind of just patting the land, you feel as if magic is trying to be sucked out of you, and you reel back. For a small instant, it almost as if you were connected to the entirety of the forest here, and it's all leading back to the pyramid area that Urza described to you. It seems like there are arcane ley lines that reach and touch up the base of the forest. It's almost as if there is an entire root system here in the South Forest.
Is there a way I can sense the in-betweens of the roots?
Based off of the Arcana check, what are you trying to sense?
Like, I'm trying to keep us off these roots.
Oh,
I don't want
you don't
us
want-
getting... Like, I'm trying to find an optimal path where we can keep going, but also not stand right above where this root system is.
It does span the entire forest, but there are ones that kind of act as like little springs for each area. And as Urza had described the entire effect that's happening to the forest, it seems like those are the very specific areas that it's touching up on the ground.
Okay.
Now, yeah, finish.
Go ahead.
I was gonna do something before we stealth,
Okay, what?
so that's gonna be after whatever you're doing.
All right. No, but yeah, that's pretty much everything. Like all the forested area.
Okay. So anywhere that there's not rot is basically where this root system's not touching.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Watch your feet.
Mm-hmm.
So long as we're stepping in this black soil, magic is being sapped over to that pyramid you described.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Try-
if we don't want to disturb our friends further in, perhaps I could help you step with a little more quietness. And I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
you guys, for the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including you, has a +10 bonus to dexterity stealth checks and
Oh,
can't be tracked except by magical
Alright.
means.
So
Creature
Hooray!
that receives this bonus leaves behind no tracks and no other traces of its passage.
roll for.
Goddamn heavy armor giving disadvantage.
Good God, I just rolled a nat 20.
I did too, but too bad I have disadvantage. I
Enjoy
instead got a
30 plus stealth, my friend.
I
Line
got
up
a
with
13.
fucking ninja from Yinin.
You wanna see me go from that cliff over back here? Want to see me
Yeah.
do it again?
Jesus.
Oh,
I
that's
got-
so amazing. I didn't even see you saying
See
that.
you saying that.
I got an
Um,
11 plus 10,
Okay.
21.
Garo also has a
Yeah,
20.
I got 20 freaking 8.
I got a 13 total.
So as Garo has been quiet a majority of his
Yeah.
time, you see as he snaps up, he's like, "Guys, I feel something. I'm not exactly sure what, but I felt it a couple of times now."
What is it?
And he begins to get close to the ground, and he's trying to take in from the tremor sense of the ground. It's near water, and it's it's hopping around like whoop bum, whoom bum. That's all I'm hearing.
Oh, Jesus.
Frog all about.
In our direction?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way to move to the side?
Well, what's the odds he could find us?
Let's put ourselves in a defensive position.
You guys have stealths, and all of you achieved your stealth check, so all of you pretty much move without anybody noticing.
Sneaky.
So, near the area where he begins to describe, you guys make it to a small river that kind of goes down about 5 to 10 feet towards along the sides, as if it's cutting through the woods. You see, within the brush, what looks to like be this frog-like being about 2 stories high, has these 3 eye stalks as it lingers over its head. You hear and you see as it's looking down, a tendril reveals from its underbelly, goes you see the water as it splashes over, and you see the tendril beginning to pull back, and it looks like a large fish. As he opens its giant maw, you see its tongue having several little spikes along it, and it wraps it around, and it goes
What no?
That thing's not normal, is it?
make an art.
What the hell is that
Make a history
thing?
check, actually.
Oh boy. Huh. That is a 15 to 17.
17. This is a froghemoth.
What?
Frog.
Froghemoth.
It's fucking an awful fucking thing, I can tell you that.
Now, is this thing
These are-
like just like an animal,
These
or
are
is it?
creatures
What-
that are twisted by magic, often by covens.
Oh, it's the owl bear of witches.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
You just hear on reverse direction.
Oh.
Urzer is gonna whisper to his allies, "That thing's not natural. Stay on your toes."
Got it.
As you guys are staring and kind of just waiting for it to bide by, you see what looks to be this old lady as she begins to walk towards it.
Oh, son of a bitch.
That's right, pretty. Eat well. Eat well.
And as she begins to kind of survey the area, still not seeing any of you, you see as she turns the long nose, the green skin, the long white hair, wearing these tattered clothing, several rings on her finger. She turns, you hear the frog go, and he bounds over to the other side of the river, and he's looking deep at the water. He's a little bit closer to you guys. I need you all to make a stealth check.
Oh boy.
We
Remember,
still get the plus 10 from...
yeah, still plus 10, you guys.
25.
Ooh.
Wait, plus 10.
20.
Yeah.
A soft 20.
Plus 3.
23.
27.
32.
So, did everyone make it past 15? That's what I'm gonna ask. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
You hear it go. And he looks down at the river once
Yeah.
again. You see 2 tendrils from under its stomach. You see the water splash up again, and he pulls them over his mouth, and he drops them in his mouth, and you hear the maw crunch down on the fish and its bones.
If we attack now, we will have a round of surprise for it.
So what's the plan here? Should we-
Yarrow,
Yeah.
question. This thing is still a frog, right?
It was.
It was a frog.
Probably.
But Franz kinda doesn't want to have to fight it if he can help it.
Okay, we can fight the witches if you just want to just take care of the witches.
I
The
was
hags,
about
rather.
I was about to say, guys, I was going to focus fire hold person at level 3 on the hag.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Say
That's
we
the thing.
say we follow her then.
As the thing begins to turn once again, it bounds over the river once more, now on the same side that you guys are on. You hear it go.
I say we
You
attack now.
guys-
We have the attack of the. We have the surprise, basically.
Let you guys have a visual on this.
Oh.
Let you guys know.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
That's
you.
actually
Yeah, because I was about to say, is the witch within this encounter? If so,
The
I
witch
would
is
focus
here.
fire on her.
She's just been staring at the froghemoth, going.
She's happy seeing her boy.
Sharing screens.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't see.
We just have it on the stream right now.
Yeah.
So,
Awesome.
as he's staring down along the river here, you see the 2 tendrils rise up once again, and the water splashing, pulling more fish.
So, what? We can go for the hag. I can
Why
say
not?
the Hein and distract the toad.
I say Lionel and Garo can take up. Can go after the hag, and we will deal with the frogs.
All right, very well.
Franz and Lionel can go for the hag.
Bounds over again.
You feel more comfortable the other way. Fuck.
All right, I am preparing hold person at 3rd level.
Question, Yarrow. Would I be able to cast? Let's see here. Is it 30? Okay, would I be able to cast Water Walk on the entire party? Because it's within a 30-foot range, and so long as they're in any kind of like water, acid, mud, snow, quicksand, or lava, as long as it's like a harmless kind of solid ground, like the watery area is, they can walk over it. So in case if they do get into combat with the frog, they can still walk on water.
The only water areas are down here. These are about 10-foot
Okay.
slides down that the river has eaten away as it goes through the land.
It's like 20 feet of distance for the jump.
There is about 20
So,
feet
okay.
between the two. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah. 20 to 30 feet.
So it's more like a dried up gulch than a river.
Well, there's water
Okay.
flowing through it.
Oh, you guys should be fine.
So Yarrow, I have benign teleportation. I want to move in closer 30 feet, not in open space, but in the woods closer to the witch, and then cast hold person at 3rd level.
Okay. 30 feet?
Right.
Yep, 30 feet while still within the green. And that doesn't, that's a feature, that's not a spell, so that doesn't take away a spell slot.
Wow, neat.
You can make it out to about this area right here.
So long as I still have the capability to cast Hold Person on the hag, that's fine.
How far is Hold Person?
But Hold Person is 60 feet.
I just need to have that frog in front of us.
Unfortunately, she would still be
is-
out of range even if you made it out to about here.
There's a long bridge in between us and the frog,
fallen
right?
trees.
I see it. Yeah, I it was barely visible.
Oh, say, Lionel, have you ever wanted to ride a hippogriff?
Can't say that I have, but it sounds fun.
Put those on the board.
Well, yeah, Urza's gonna have Cauliflower lower himself for Lionel to climb on.
Lionel gets on.
I know.
I have a climb speed!
Unfortunately, there is no immediate place to run aside from along here.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, this would be a matter of dexterity. I'm gonna put you on the back of that.
Cause see, hippogriffs have 60 foot of flying speed,
There you go.
Yeah!
Ooh.
so he can get you a little bit closer.
Do you want Cauliflower to make the run?
Wait, can I benign teleport us?
With a willing creature?
Both.
Is that allowed?
Yes, with a willing creature, it is allowed.
Ah.
I thought
You can. I'll read.
Yeah.
I'll read the feature for
Yeah,
you, just in
just-
case I'm going
Yeah,
above
yeah,
my
yeah.
station here. You could use your action to teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space that you could see, or you could choose to swap places with a small or medium willing creature within
yeah,
range.
no, the
Okay.
hippogriff is a large.
Fair. All right. Well, that can't happen. All right, never mind. I'll hold on to benign transposition just for shit.
So do you want Cauliflower to make the run? right.
Mhm, yes.
This will be a
Cauliflower
surprise
needs to
round.
make a dexterity check as well as the stealth check.
Okay. So 2 dex. This first one will be the regular dex check. 11.
Perfectly fine. This,
Okay, and here is the stealth check with pass without a trace. Ooh, oh, that's 15.
you've made those checks perfectly. So
Oh, good.
Oh, thank God.
I rolled a 4. I'm like, oh no. He's only got a +1.
Move me in closer so I can say the magic words.
Please tell me that frog jumps this direction. I need a
Say-
closer look.
and you are now
River. I'm sure you can get pretty loud and make a good distraction.
I'll take care of it.
now in the air
I can keep the frog off of you while we deal with the hag.
like a fucking silent feather as it falls to the ground.
This is like a total.
So
Look at him. There he goes.
Up it goes up to about here. Now, I'm gonna say, for the sake of the argument, in one round, we'll give you that free round.
Let's roll initiative.
And that make you right about here. Which will put you right overhead of the witch.
Okay, here come the magic words, boys. At second level. Skedaddle, skadoodle. Your spine is now a noodle.
What's the
Come on.
DC?
The DC is 14. A wisdom save on 14.
She fails.
Yeah!
Yay! Fuck you, Grandma.
All right, boys, get in there. Start doing
So,
some damage.
Turns out she
And
was a
she's
good one.
just staring happily at her new frog Hemoth.
Aww.
Suddenly, as you cast Whole Person, suddenly she seizes up.
Start running toward the
And-
frog.
That is where I'm gonna have you guys roll initiative.
I'm so happy it worked.
Oh yeah, you get your surprise round. So, everyone, what are you doing
Yeah.
first?
we need to declare the
Yeah, so
order
where do you
first.
guys want to position yourselves? You have free range. His back is turned to the wood, so you guys can make a decision.
Well, we want to distract them away from the
Yeah.
lich, right?
Yeah, so
Mag.
River will get as close as possible.
Well, I was gonna to not put us in danger, because to not put us in danger. Well, are we still stealth? We're not still stealth, are we?
No, we already.
Well,
fighting.
you're still stealth
Yeah,
up
okay.
until you begin the roll for initiative. So you guys will have your surprise round, make an attack, and then roll initiative. So,
Mhm.
River, you get
Okay.
up to the frog hemoth. I'm gonna just say he's actually a little bit here.
I can move to a square a little deeper, so I'm not in the very edge. I'll be happy. There we go.
And then Canis.
Canis will stay where he is and cast slow on the frog behemoth.
Okay.
Oh.
What's the resist? What's the DC on that?
That is a DC 14 Wisdom save.
That is going to be a 15, unfortunately. Yep.
Damn it.
Oh no! Wait, no, that's a -1. That is a 13. He fails.
Hey!
Mhm.
Good, good.
Unaffected target speed is halved. It is -2 to armor class and dexterity saves, and it can't use reactions on its turn. If it has either an action, and it can take either an action or a bonus action, not both. Regardless of the creature's abilities or magic items, it can't make more than one melee or ranged attack during its turn.
Oh,
Oh,
you just
Canis.
cut the balls on this fucking thing.
Canis, you shouldn't. I didn't bring you a gift.
If the creature attempts to cast a spell with a casting time of 1 action, roll a d20. On an 11 or higher, the spell doesn't take effect until the creature's next turn, and the creature must use its action on that turn to
Okay.
complete the spell. If it can't,
All
the
right,
spell is
good to
wasted.
know. All right, Urzer, where do you position yourself?
It can make another one.
I'm gonna start running towards like the bottom, like closer to where the toad is, like across the
okay.
ditch,
Right here?
kind of down. Yeah, to try and make it. I'm gonna try and make my way towards the toad.
Oh, do you want to cross the wood bridge or?
Yeah, I'll cross the wood
So,
bridge.
I'm gonna say, with your full movement, and then also with the surprise, you're gonna be able to get to the other side.
I'm going to make a friend out of you.
All right, Garu, understanding the situation, he's going to attempt to make it.
What am I good?
I'm gonna have him go up to the hag. And Franz, what are you doing?
Franz is going to Misty Step himself as close as, well, better yet, let me rephrase that. He is going to move. How far away is the hag?
About
From
90
Franz.
feet. So even if you move just in general, you'll still make it to her without having to use a spell. Because you do have the surprise round. You have an extra.
Okay.
You have double your move speed, and then because it's a surprise round, I'm giving you an extra 30. Just because you guys are so prepared.
Okay. I want him to see if I'm going to see this correctly. Yes. I'm going to have him use Misty Step to go undetected away from the frog and move 30 feet.
Okay.
And then for the next portion of that, I'm going to have him move as close up to the hag for attack range.
Right up to her. All right.
Yep.
I'm gonna say Truffles is gonna stay out of this because, of course, that's the
Yeah,
rule.
I have. Yeah, I can have
Yep.
one beast at a
All right.
time.
That being said, you guys are prepared. Everyone, make your attacks. So I'm
Okay.
gonna start with River because River was the first one nearby.
Wait, River. I have a good idea. If you trust me. Possibly. Oh, I think.
Just like
I think
staring.
Bracky
Bracky's
went to
doing.
the bathroom.
Yeah, Bracky's
Oh, no.
going to the bathroom.
Lionel staring off in the distance,
You have to trust me, River.
squinting.
Trust, you say?
Mm-mm-mm.
Never heard of it, huh? Have you, River?
Imagine.
Oh,
All
there we
right.
go.
So
Sorry.
River, you get, since this is a surprise round, you get the attack. You attack
Oh, I do?
first.
Okie dokie.
Wait, Urza's gonna wave for. Wait, River, I have an idea. If you trust him.
Yeah.
God bless him.
I will. Okay, I'm going to hold my
Alright.
my attack.
Okay.
All right. So
Thank you.
since Urza, you're the second closest to the frog. What are you doing?
I'm gonna cast Animal Friendship.
All right. Make a
The-
go ahead. What's the DC?
It has Wisdom DC 13. If it has an Intelligence of 4 or higher, the
Fortunately,
spell
that's
fails
going to
on
be a
that.
14.
Ah, shit.
Shit.
Well, I tried.
What would? Okay. So Joe, what would you name this thing if you did do it?
It wouldn't last forever. It's only 24 hours.
Oh,
I will call it rations.
I would have called it Slappy.
Okay.
Oh,
All right. So River,
Slappy.
you've held your turn, and it seems like it failed.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. I missed a chance.
All right. So go ahead, and make 2 attacks, or whatever your attacks are.
Okay. Yeah.
While Urza is hugging the frog, one of the frog's tendrils, like, friend,
Sorry, buddy.
it's okay.
You see one of the eye stalks slowly, like molasses, look down at you, Urza.
I'm going to use my rapier. Huh. Ooh, that's going to be a total of
25, that'll hit.
25.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Going to be 4 points of piercing
4
damage.
points? All right.
Yeah.
So, as you strike into the thick layer of this frog-like beast, you see the slickness of the mucus on its skin. It does that damage. So.
You've pierced its
Yep.
blubber layer.
The first layer of blubber, and you hear
Now the
the
other 4.
slow.
Did it? Just a quick question. Did it seem resistant to my rapier?
Great question. No, it's not resistant.
Okay, okay. Just making sure so I need to switch to magical
Yep.
weapon. Second attack with the rapier. It's going to be a
23, that'll hit.
23.
Wow, you were swinging high.
11 points.
Because he
of
was
piercing
rolling
damage.
so low earlier.
Oh,
11?
11 points of piercing damage.
All right.
Nice.
Good to know. All right.
I'm going to use my action surge for a second round of attacks.
Okay. Just fucking putting this thing into its.
Going to be
That'll hit.
19. And 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 points of piercing damage. That's going to be
15.
15.
That'll hit. Wow, just laying into it.
Be another 7 points.
It's at
Another-
minus
Yep.
2 because of the slow.
Another 7 points of piercing damage.
All right. Good to know. All right. We'll.
And as my bonus action, I'm going to shove it.
Shove.
Shove it.
What?
Oh, did you take Shield
This big
Master?
thing?
I took
Okay,
Shield
I was-
Master.
Oh.
All right, go ahead.
Is it small enough for you to shove?
Yeah, that's what I'm.
No, guys, let's just pretend that she just slams her shield down on top of its toes, and it hops up and holds onto it like a Looney Tunes cartoon and falls over.
Oh god, having the Tom scream. But it's slow.
Although, what can I move it that it's not too close to us about? That's a problem.
That's okay.
Do you have a melee weapon or a?
I've got weapons. I'll be fine. Do
No,
what
I'm
you
not-
want. I can adapt.
You know what? I'm not going to risk. I'm going to just to preserve as I
Alright.
it is. I
All
forgot
right,
about that.
good to know. All right. I'm gonna say right now it's gonna be Franz. You were standing in front of this old-looking hag. She's Just
Hey, how's it going?
look at.
I've seen worse. He takes out his quarterstaff and puts it up like a baseball bat and gets the shillelagh ready.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, you have, is it like advantage or automatic crit damage when it's
Is
whole
it-
person?
They are.
Let me double check.
I think it's automatic
I see.
crit, right?
I think
they
it's
are
advantage to hit.
It's considered
and
restrained,
automatic
right?
Let me read the spell. I'm sorry, guys.
That's okay.
Hold person. At 3rd level, you can target one additional creature humanoid. Okay, that doesn't work, so never mind. The wisdom saving throw will be paralyzed for the duration of the turn.
Okay.
Paralyzed.
Can't move his speed.
Yeah.
That's a bad one.
Dexterity throws, attack rolls against the creature have advantage. Any attack that hits the creature is a critical if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature. So yes, with advantage, and
boy.
if it hits, it's a crit.
This is why hold person is the saver die spell.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you got whole
All
person on fucking hag is amazing.
I don't. Listen, this is.
I
Yeah.
failed a wisdom save.
I feel like this is the reason why most people would never want me to play casters in any other game. I think I understand now.
Yeah. Also, your DC isn't necessarily the
That-
highest too, so
yeah.
you lucked out.
There's a reason why my games go so well, because I'm a shitty fucking roller.
Yay!
Gonna put your dice in time.
Oh, see, last fight. the
Oh
lightning
yeah!
star.
Oops.
That was your one good roll.
Hey, you got better.
All right, so Franz, go ahead and make your attack roll.
Okay. That is a 16 plus.
That's gonna hit.
Uh.
Yep, it hit.
Okay, so it hit. Okay, I was gonna add 7 to that, but all right. So we'll roll out the D8. D8. So that is an 8 plus 4. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 damage.
Wait, it's automatically a crit. So
Oh.
that's 24.
Jesus!
Yeah, this thing is going to die next turn.
Beat the shit out of her.
He literally has his quarterstaff in both hands and thwacks her like she's a baseball.
She stands in place, so only her
Like
neck
a fucking
moves.
baseball bat. You crack her upside the head. Her neck goes like this, and she can't move. Her eyes widen like fucking. She got high off of something, and it's called adrenaline.
This is going to look like when Goku was just slapping Freezer, just.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got in this situation.
All right, so Franz, that being your attack.
God, the monkey's right
Yep.
there.
Garu. I'm rolling for Garu, so let's see what happens.
And see what happens.
Oh lord!
He has retractable claws. So,
Oh fuck!
I didn't know I had
I didn't know I had these. So
Jesus!
I pulled out my gun.
I'm going to make the 2 attack rolls. First one is going to be an 18, which hits. Second one is a natural 20. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's fucking dead.
So that is going to be.
Oh.
I almost feel bad.
Almost.
22.
Almost.
Bam, the
20,
jackal.
14, 38 points of damage, and then he's gonna spend a key point to do Fury Blows.
Fury blows. This thing is going to explode.
Oh my Wamo Shinderu.
So when her head pops off like a fucking pinata, what comes out of her neck? Candy? No, spiders. Of course, hag.
It's fucking hags.
Cobras.
No, cobras. Oh,
Alright, so 19 plus 6 is 25. 12 plus 6 is 18. So those also hit.
Mother of God.
Hold person!
Jesus Christ.
6, 12.
God, I'm so happy we caught
18
her off guard.
Plus 18 plus 30. What's 18 plus 34?
A lot.
50.
A lot.
18 plus 34 is 52 points of
Okay.
damage.
Yeah.
Good God.
It was 51? No.
52.
52.
Let's see. 2. Yeah, no, she's just dead.
All right, great.
So,
Oh man,
So-
good job, guys. We did it.
I'd like to believe he didn't just punch her, he just did
he
this.
straight up. I'm just gonna say. This seems like a Franz move. So as Franz cracks her over the head, he comes in like a fucking wrestler, grabs her entire head, and like a fucking wrestler swings the underside of his body and cracks her neck around, and she just drops dead.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That was a little
Ooh.
violent, wasn't it? Sorry.
I don't like killing people, but when I do, it's fucking awesome.
I don't like killing people.
So, fuck. So,
Now what?
as she falls dead, because what was supposed to happen? It's supposed to give you a lot of trouble, but since she is the magic, she was magically maintaining the frog
She's a
hemoth.
wizard.
What?
Sorry, he.
Oh no!
Just a regular frog now, isn't it?
Oh shit!
Well then.
Lionel, I'm helping.
As the
What?
frog hemoth slowly tries to turn, and suddenly you see it. You see what looks to be a dead frog. Simply because the damage that you did, what was supposed to be a frog, had transferred over into being a frog.
Oh, come
no!
Also,
Oh
I
my
was feeling
god,
so
you
good about
guys.
myself.
This was supposed
Is
to
it
be
dead?
something much different, I swear to god.
You thought you were going to have a challenging encounter, but it was me, whole person.
Oh, person, impressed.
Stealth.
Pass without a trace. You're giving us a free round to fuck you with your plan.
Thank God. for
I'm
passing
sorry.
That's without a trace.
I'm
Don't
sorry. I don't.
Sorry? Question mark?
I feel like I have to
You guys
apologize for
didn't-
every magic
You
spell
guys
I
didn't
cast.
even do initiative yet. You're free.
No, that was our
We
surprise.
killed in the surprise round.
Jesus.
Oh my
Oh, it was amazing.
god. Well,
I'm gonna dig a grave for the
Okay.
frog.
Sorry.
Is the
That's
I'm gonna
alright.
apologize. It makes it feel weird.
No, I'm talking to him
Okay.
and the frog.
So as the witch now laying dead without ever getting a chance to interact with you guys.
What was her name?
She has
Her
a
name
name.
was
I
Venus.
made sure about
That's a
that.
nice hag.
Her name was Evandra, and you killed her. Her name is dead.
Her name is Experience and Loot.
Loot the hag.
Lord.
I'm gonna spend the next 5 minutes
Mutilate the
explaining
bodies, go up
what
one.
was going to happen. Was that you guys were gonna end up having a longer fight with the frog hemoth, and she was going to be casting spells at you guys, causing a lot of problems. Now, I didn't expect hold person to work. I was just like, okay, she has a relatively high wisdom. She'll make the save. No, she rolled a 9.
Not just that.
She,
but
she
the
rolled,
fact
she
that
rolled
we
a
had
9
to
with a
surprise
plus
them,
fucking
then she
3.
wasn't
And
able
I'm
to
just
use
like, oh yeah,
counterspell.
she'll, you know, most wizards wouldn't be able to, you know, deal with that. Somebody dealt with it. And so while that was happening, she was maintaining the magic that her life was maintaining the magic of the frog hemoth. And, you know, whether or not you defeated the
Yeah.
frog hemoth, you know, it was, you know, gonna always turn back into a frog. But herself, she was supposed to run away. If the frog human was defeated, she was supposed to run away. If she dropped anywhere below, if she dropped somewhere in the 20 hit point area, she was gonna run away. She was gonna Misty Step away and run. That didn't happen.
Well done.
Oh
no,
yeah,
you're not.
like no,
There
I
it
don't-
is.
there was a lot happening. All right, whatever. I'm
Ron's
glad
just gonna take
we
his
avoided
first
a
step and poke
large
at the
encounter,
witch.
but you know,
I'm so sorry. I just like here comes Lionel, a tiny little possum in a poncho with a shotgun and just shoots the plot.
He's riding this possum riding a hippogriff. A whole person.
yeah. I mean, the whole person was gonna happen one
Who
way
needs
or another.
Fireball?
That's not what I was worried about. What I was
Oh,
worried
yeah.
about is whether it was gonna work. Whether or not there was gonna be a surprise round was unexpected too. So yeah.
River will help Ursa make a little hole for the frog. Sorry,
It's all right.
it's not something I expected.
It's just different sides of a war, is all.
Hmm.
There you go, little squash. I named him Squash
Squash.
because he looks like a big old squash, and when he jumps around, he squishes down.
I love this.
I liked it.
That's a nice name.
This is the best group ever. You guys are much smarter than I am. Let's be honest.
Yo, listen, Yarrow, it's fine. One down, two to go.
Yeah.
All right. So, it's a dead witch, on the ground. Her neck snapped. Her face in the dirt.
We get it. We kill your NPC. Well, you're.
I hate to be that. I hate to be that asshole, but loot.
make an investigation check. Whoever.
She is
Before y'all
rifled
loot
through the
her, he
pockets
wants to-
dead.
Before y'all loot her, Franz definitely wants to poke her with the quarterstaff to make sure she's actually dead and not.
Oh
thrown
no,
to the
she's
rocks in the
dead.
grave again.
Yeah, no, that bitch is
Just wanna make
dead.
sure. All right, cool.
I bought this map.
God.
I got
can always
frog.
reuse
I got
the map.
frog
You can always
hemans.
reuse it. Hey, you can always bring them back. I mean,
The thing,
Anybody else think
I'm having a lot of fun about this because it's just like, oh my god, they didn't even roll initiative. Either this is the greatest thing or I'm the worst DM.
I'll be honest. What saved it there, like, besides the ability to be able to use this the whole person was the fact we got a free round means he is unable to use counter spell or anything like those two things that just
The
bam.
fact you made all your stealth checks is really fucking amazing. Like, I'm just like blown away.
It's like we had a
Yeah.
plus 10 for free.
Blown away by it all.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so 17, 67, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 investigation check.
Okay.
Hey.
One down.
You guys find
Go.
What is the name of this
you guys
episode?
find off this body about 50 gold pieces to start off with.
Nice.
The rings on her finger look really, really nice. Could check on that.
That sounds like a cast
Wait.
identify thing.
Which I would need my Dungeon Master guide for that real quick. 'Cause,
I mean, we could do that afterwards in case.
and also what looks to be a book.
Well, let's take a crack at this tome, shall we?
Lionel?
The Losty
Lionel, do
Argonian
you
Maid.
open that book?
I want to make sure it's not cursed. Identify.
There is no real curse behind it. However, the book in and of itself is protected.
Aw, dang.
No,
so
you
I
could
can't even open it
try and
myself.
Open it.
What would that require?
Make a wisdom check.
I hate that smile. I hate it at the moment you.
All right, here I go. Wisdom save or wisdom check?
save.
Save. Okay.
Oh boy.
I get a +5 to that. Let's see what I get. 13, 14,
Okay,
15,
so you
17,
make
18.
As you open the book, it's like
Hey, book, cut it out.
And as you do, you begin reading findings on how to control creatures and kind of the understanding of, how to twist lives, transmutation spells, fun stuff.
A fun book for Lionel to
It would
read.
take
Hell
you
yeah.
about, it would take you about maybe a long rest to copy the spells over.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm keeping this thing.
All right, and we'll figure out what the rings are for the next game.
Who wants the 50 gold? Because I'm not going to take it.
We put in the on the shared account
Party
for
bag.
now.
Party bag.
Yeah.
Party bag, all right.
All right.
Communism.
Wait,
Yes.
Yaro. Quick question. Is she wearing that like stereotypical
No, she
witch's
is
hat?
not. No.
Okay,
Aw.
because I was gonna say Franz was gonna take that.
Oh no. No, she's just wearing the rings, the gold, and the book. That's pretty much. And what looks to be
Okay.
just a regular set of clothing, tattered, a little disgusting. Yeah.
Ah, ew.
I feel bad because I think we just completely Tom-fuckered the plot.
Yeah, probably.
Hey,
Anybody else
the
want to-
good news is that we'll be back next week. Hey, so
Yeah.
Oh, true.
So-
We have a bunch of encounters coming up.
So with that being said, holy shit, guys. No. I don't blame any of you. I blame myself for not making this more challenging. That is on my part.
Zito, don't feel bad. I know Hold Person too. It's a domain spell.
Both of you fuckers.
So is Slow.
Oh gosh. Blame
No,
the dice.
I blame us 'cause
no,
we're awesome.
it's also because I'm terrible at rolling. This is the reason why battles end quicker than I expect them to. So with that being said, be back next week for the next episode of D6, where our party will press onward into the South Forest.
Where Franz, Lionel, and Garu pillar men on the next fucking hag.
Oh,
Oh.
All right.
dream
Actually,
team.
before we leave, gonna read the donation.
Yeah,
gonna
let's do readings.
All right.
Yeah.
So, thank you,
Yes.
Zachary MH. Oh my God, $1,500. Long time no see. It's been a while since the last time I have been in your D&D stream, and the last time I remember, I was role playing in your chat as an archlich. Oh my gosh, that's right. I remember. Here is a small donation to help y'all out. Thank you so much, Zachary. Oh my God. And he also subscribed for a level 3 tier, which is awesome. Thank you. And also, Saiyan
man.
Wolf for the 500 little bits. Little bits. Thank you so much. And, like, honest to God, thank you guys so much for, joining tonight. And, like I'm sorry that I was hoping for something big, but, we'll save it for next week. Love you guys so fucking much. Oh my gosh. What an amazing night. Thank you guys so much. And thank you, my players, for stopping by and, of course, joining me on the adventure that we have. And so, yeah, we will see you guys next week. And I hope you have a wonderful week at that. All right. Have a good
Later, guys.
week, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
And as
Have a good night,
always,
everyone.
see you next Sunday.